years.
Were there other podcasts
before
this one?
That's what we were wondering too.
I didn't think there were, but
yeah. Okay, Jack. Here we go. We're live. We're not live.
The first
but we're recording.
real episode.
This is episode 1. We had episode 0.
Yeah.
And we have a guest today, but we'll get to that.
The guest probably everybody wanted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lots of requests.
Like Donald Trump, we had Taylor
Yeah.
Swift multiple times.
On ranks with these people. I mean, I'd say probably better than Taylor
Right
Swift.
along. Hey, but we'll get there. Okay. Let's just talk about, that podcast was good. Thank you, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We had, first of all, we're really jumping the gun here, Jack. We have a sponsor now. We're really making it. Okay? Right here. Like a high-quality sign right here. The Simmons Group at Highlands Real Estate. All right? Call Becky Simmons, my mom, 931-212-3494 for all you people who are buying houses or selling houses. We have a sponsor now.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Awesome. And our set is getting built. This is not our forever home.
Right.
We'll be somewhere else.
Sells houses and also helps build them, I guess. So
right.
Very versatile.
Yeah, houses.
Anyways, let's speak on record-breaking numbers, Max. I heard we have the biggest podcast in Warrior Media history.
Yeah, absolutely. We have, maybe in podcast history, of all time. 140 views on YouTube is beautiful. I don't even check the other ones because who cares about Apple Podcasts or Spotify, okay? And we have ops, okay? Mm-hmm. People who, we're not even going to say their names, okay? We're not even going to say their names. But we have some haters from last year who, must have peaked in high school because they're still looking at
who's bringing up numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. Who's looking at the numbers for their? And
we're doing things they never did too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not to mention names or say that they even had a podcast.
Right. Yeah.
They didn't have video.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they sent the numbers on Apple Podcasts. Okay. YouTube is our main.
Mm-hmm.
Medium, I guess.
Right.
Okay. Anyways, let's welcome our guest. Okay, our first guest of the year. Someone you probably know, but hopefully not too well. She's a teacher, master of sarcasm, my aunt, and an assistant principal here at WCHS. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Amy Hawkins. Hey, Miss Hawkins.
hey, everyone.
Our first guest of the year. How do you feel?
I feel great to be here. I'm so honored.
Right. It is an honor.
It's great. It's wonderful down here.
Is it a better experience than any podcast you did in previous years?
Were there other podcasts
before
this one?
That's what we were wondering too.
I didn't think there were, but
yeah, let's just worry about the present. Yeah,
that's all we have.
Right. And how does it feel to be on the same level as like Donald Trump and Taylor Swift? Because you, Donald Trump and Taylor Swift are the top 3 recommendations for guests on our podcast.
I'm not surprised. That's what I would say.
You think you're closer to Donald Trump or Taylor Swift?
Above. There's no close. It's not even close.
What's funny? I had an aunt reach out to me who even requested you to be on. I don't know if you know her, Lauren Bolden.
I do. I know her. Yeah, she's great.
She reached out. And wanted you to be on too.
We're reaching out beyond students at WCHS.
Exactly. People everywhere.
Everybody wants Miss Hawkins on.
I hope we're reaching out past WCHS because I don't know how many high school students are buying houses or selling houses. So.
They will be.
They will eventually.
Yeah.
They will be.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just start from the beginning of your life.
Yes.
How did you come to be?
Well, it was a sunny morning in July, 15 short years ago.
All right. Well, I guess we'll start at the beginning of your career.
Yeah.
Did you always know you wanted to be a teacher?
I did. Well, briefly I thought I wanted to be an architect, but Ken Craig can talk to you about my math skills. I survived, but I don't think anybody wanted me participating in high-level math in college. That's why I took Math 101, Math Appreciation. It didn't work.
You just appreciate them. You just look at solved
I
problems.
looked at it and said, wow, look at that math.
Yeah. Somebody did a good job.
That's great.
That problem was
look at
good.
that. Yeah.
Well, how'd you end up here where you are?
So I probably middle school on, I knew I wanted to be a teacher. Then I started high school, and I had Carolyn Walker. Does anybody know Carolyn Walker?
Oh.
She's a grandparent to some students here at White County High School.
Shout out Grandma Carolyn.
Yeah, she's great. I had her in freshman English, and then she got me into yearbook. And I looked at her my freshman year and said, "I want your job." So I went to Tennessee Tech and majored in secondary ed English. And when I got ready to graduate, Miss Walker went to the principal at the time and said, "Hey, I'm not going to do the yearbook anymore, but here's someone who will." And so that's how I got to be at White County High School.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, so how'd you start at White County? Like, your first year, what were you doing?
Oh, it was bad. So I had freshman students you have to start out with freshmen, okay, if you're a teacher.
Okay.
So I started out with freshman students, and I'd had several of the students previously in my student teaching. And so they already hated me. And so I walked into this classroom, and these kids, it was terrible. And then I was also doing yearbook. So yearbook is a high-stress job, I guess. So December of that first semester, I actually had a pain in my neck. Like I had to get my blood pressure checked every day and report that to the doctor. So it was pretty stressful being a first semester teacher. After that, it got better.
Yeah.
So how many years in before you became a vice principal?
11. I taught full-time in the classroom for 11 years. And then I did, my first year, I did part-time. I taught 2 blocks a day, and then I was in administration 2 blocks a day.
Hey, did you hear that, freshman? You guys are the initiation process.
That's right. Sorry about that.
So what are the worst parts and best parts of your job throughout the
Oh, do you want me to get sappy?
Sure.
You want me to cry?
We're an emotional
I might
podcast.
cry a little bit.
Tears may help the views.
Tears. Tears.
Clickbait it.
So,
The thumbnail,
yeah,
you
right.
crying.
Look, she's sobbing. So the best part about being in high school is just getting to know people. But at the high school level, I feel like we get to know students at a different level than earlier grades, especially in our high school, because we see students over and over again. You have your program of study teachers, and then you see people all the time. But the coolest thing is after graduation, just seeing what kids do. So, I've seen kids become teachers. A lot of the teachers here are former students or not a lot, but some of the teachers here are former students of mine. I see them become good parents. I see them participating in sports in White County. They've become coaches or whatever. So it's really neat to see the after. And so we're at a point where we can kind of see you grow as, starting out as freshmen, but then as seniors, you're different people than you are when you get here, and then to see you accomplish great things afterwards.
I'm tearing up.
We're gonna cry.
Goodness. Well, I guess we can flip to the other side of that. What's the worst part about students?
I think the worst part about students, maybe this is the worst part of humanity. People are just mean, just for fun, and not even for fun, just because they like to be mean. So I really don't understand that part. I also, people who keep things going, so they just enjoy that terribleness, and I just want to say, you choose that.
Yeah.
So why keep things going just to have something going on? Read a book if you're that bored. Don't stir up people's lives or cause problems just for pure enjoyment.
Right.
So.
I know you have some friendly feuds with some students though too. Maybe ones that started out problematic, but
like Noah Gately.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one. He would be one.
Right. Mm-hmm. He's kind of a troublemaker.
He
anyways.
is. He is.
Well, what's something you have this I guess you have any opportunity to talk to every student.
Yeah.
But you're talking to podcast enjoyers right now. It's a specific
That's
type
right.
of student.
It
What's
is.
something you just want to tell them? Just to the camera, just good quote right here.
Hey, high school is not where it ends. It can be where things begin. It can be a good time. It doesn't mean it, but you're going to go on, and things get better, and you're going to achieve things. And I said things a lot, which I told you all today. You're not allowed to say that. but you're going to achieve great goals for yourself. You're going to create a life for yourself that goes way beyond this. So have a good time while you're here, get involved, but don't make it your whole life so that you're making mistakes maybe that you can't come back from or you're going to have to struggle through. And we all make mistakes, but high school's not where it ends.
I'm tearing up again.
I should have brought tissues.
Yeah, really.
Well, to kind of flip the script,
Oh.
you're assistant coach this year for the tennis team.
It's true.
How did that happen?
By accident. So
I didn't put that in the intro. That's my bad.
I wasn't in the room when that decision occurred. I found out from two other administrators who said, "Hey, you're the assistant coach of the tennis team now." And I said, "Okay, I like to call myself the director of tennis operations.
Right.
I'm like the COO. I order things and talk to people, and
Yeah.
you know, I am going to get the tennis courts cleaned up. You know, from my brother."
Yeah.
He's going to come and help clean that. There are tulip poplars growing up through the chain link fence.
You talked your brother into that?
Yes, I did. And no pressure, David, but you did promise.
That is true.
Well, thanks.
Dad,
You promised.
you promised.
All these great things about the tennis courts. That means you're gonna play this year, right? Max?
I guess I have to.
Max is going to play.
Don't worry, guys. I'll do it.
He has an old sports injury.
Yeah, I do. I'll be, listen, the number one cheerleader. I'll be on the roster. I got to get the little goodie basket for
You do.
senior day. That's the whole,
You do.
that's all my motivation.
That's it.
Have a little banner on the back wall.
You do.
Right. Well, I know you're super passionate about tennis. How did that passion
I have a lot of
start?
passion
Right.
for tennis. So I have an old Dunlop racket that's 24 years old and has never been restrung. So
Who's your
I can
favorite
dominate.
tennis player to watch?
Coco Gauff.
Oh, that
Are
is
you-
fair. She's
I mean,
popping
wow, if you're
off
not
right now.
watching
Yeah.
her,
That is true. It's crazy what she's
Pull
doing.
that
And
up.
it makes me feel really bad at tennis because she's like our age.
She
like a
is.
year
She's
older than
winning.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Just won the
great.
U.S. Open.
Yeah, no, and she's like American. Like
Yes.
Americans don't usually do that well in tennis.
it's okay.
Tennis and
We will
soccer.
now at White County
Yeah.
since I'm the assistant coach now.
Probably wouldn't stay this
Coach
year.
Hawkins is producing the next Coco
I am.
Gauff.
It's true. That's why I've
It
watched
could
her
be
so
you.
much.
So
Could be you. We've had tryouts already.
Yeah,
Oh.
so
right.
That's it.
Hey, be a
you already know
walk-on.
if it's you.
Send in your film. Yeah.
That's right. We can set up something.
Absolutely. What's a day in your life?
Oh, so I say all the time, you know, if you go to college to be a teacher, they're going to go through the importance of planning your day, and all of your teachers have mapped out time or whatever. I was a big time mapper outer when I was in the classroom full time. I mapped it out in 10-minute increments. And, you know, we knew we were having a test this day. We're writing this essay this day, you know, whatever that was. So now my day plans me. You know, I try to get here early enough so if there's anything I need to get to, I can get to that before. But then, you know, a couple of days ago we had, as an administrative team, we had 6 items that we had to deal with, and by 8:30 in the morning. So, and there are only 5 of us, and I think 2 of us were off campus that day. So it was a lot of planning. But like I said, I don't plan my day, it plans me. You know, you just have to be able to go with the flow and pick up what you need to pick up.
Well, do you miss being like a full-time teacher? I know you still get a taste of it because
Yes.
I'm in your English 1010 class right now,
Right.
so you still get
I
to
do.
be Master Specialist Hawkins.
I do. That's right. I do still get to be that. So I miss those relationships with students, and I miss, you know, when I taught freshmen and then I taught sophomores, I got to know kids for at least 3 years. I moved to seniors. There were some kids, I didn't even get to know them until their second semester of their senior year. So that was hard. I feel like I don't know as many students because I'm not in the classroom fully. I mean, I see kids pass,
Right.
and there are kids I talk to every day. Maybe I get to know them longer. I guess that would be the thing. But yes, I miss the classroom. And that's
Yeah.
why I do continue to do dual enrollment, because I do love to get to know kids and see kids.
That's interesting because I thought all you really did around here was like stand in the hallway with your megaphone and
Yeah,
And my
measure
tape
boards.
measure
Yeah.
and a roll of duct tape.
Yeah.
I mean, that's mostly what I do.
That's it's like 80% of the.
That
job
I would say
description.
95.
Okay.
That's
Do they
it.
teach that in college? Or?
Yeah, they do. I had to take a class on dress code enforcement.
I believe it. Is that like something? Actually, let's just broaden that question. What's something you wish students took more seriously?
You know, I'm not always a serious person.
Really?
I know you're shocked. So, I don't know. It's probably funny to ask me that. I do, you know, one of the question, if somebody gets in trouble and they're in my office, I'm going to say to them, what are you here for? And they're like, and I'll say, you're here to get credits and graduate. That's why you're here. So I think sometimes kids get caught up in the extra stuff so much that they don't focus on the fact that, hey, I just have to get credits and I have to graduate. And at the end, that's what I need to do. So maybe that. I wish they took that more seriously.
Yeah, just actually.
And maybe not touching other people in the hallways.
Yeah, the stairwell couples. And
Not just that.
All
Like,
the
just
above.
walk up and slap somebody or
that's-
whatever, or push them.
I'm guilty.
You know,
Every time I see Jack in the hallway, I just
Guilty.
rear back and
punch him
him
right in the
square
neck.
face.
It's true.
I just, you know, maybe personal space, or I would like people to take that more seriously, or, you know, those are things we can all learn from.
Right. Well, you have anything else for Jack?
I think that's everything.
All right.
That covered everything,
That
every
did. That's
aspect of
basically,
my
you
life.
guys
Yeah.
know
Now you
Miss
know.
Hawkins as well as I do now.
That's right. Wait, you didn't ask me what my favorite hobby is.
Were you excited for that question? Were you waiting for
I
it?
was so pumped.
What's your favorite hobby?
I collect bugs.
Well, let's just keep it. Who's your favorite student?
Well, who is my favorite student? Lily Ussery.
Wow. We're cutting that part out. We're not. That'll go straight through her head.
You have to cut that out.
Who's your least favorite student?
Noah Gately.
We're gonna like edit it to be like the answer switch.
Switch. No, I had Hanson. You can't edit that. Can't. They're connected now.
Getting a spam call. You can talk to
I'm gonna talk to him on the phone.
Medicare people. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
You were on the Commentators podcast right now. Do you have anything to say to the people?
Do what?
I guess not.
She had nothing to say. You didn't ask me what my favorite color was.
What's your favorite color?
Red.
Mine too. It's good.
Says
It's
a
good
lot
color.
about us as people.
Yeah, really. Ask Mr. Crockett what red means because he'll start talking for an hour.
I already know. I already know what it means. I taught Mr. Crockett that.
Yeah. It's passion and
That's where it all
violence.
began.
That's where
That's where it all
That's where it all
began.
began.
Yeah.
What's some other juicy stuff, I guess? We'll get into it. I know your least favorite teacher is Candace Allen. 'cause we were just talking
100%.
about that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, none of us really like
We had to
her
make
either.
her leave the room. 'Cause
Yeah.
I can't stand her. We're not allowed to be in the same room.
Personally, my favorite is Cameron Drumbarger. All right, guys, this is where the cut just came back. We just talked about who her favorite teacher was, so it could have been you.
Can't let you know.
I'm telling you, it was really juicy. She was talking some mad smack about every teacher in the building.
Can't let you know.
Do you have any other questions for yourself that you want us to ask you?
No, I don't think so, but you didn't ask me where my favorite place to shop was. Or my favorite vacation.
Favorite
Or
place
where I want to go.
All right, guys, we're going to leave.
What
and
my
Miss
favorite
Hawkins is gonna
vehicle
talk
has
to
been.
you. Hey, that is fair. What's your favorite vehicle
That I've
you've
ever owned?
You've ever owned.
You know, I had a 2014 Honda Odyssey
Yeah.
with a sunroof and heated seats. That thing was great. But now I have a car and it talks to me when I walk up to it, so that's pretty fancy. It's beautiful.
Okay, I have a question. Now, this
Yes.
can be off the record.
Okay.
But I recently got turned in for parking in the teacher's
Oh.
parking spot
Yes.
outside the CT building, and I heard there was a snitch, an inside person.
There is.
Who is it?
I can't tell you who it is, but it's Noah Cole.
Our cameraman. We are listen.
That's who it was. It was an anonymous
We're already tired of
report.
Noah Cole. He's
He
getting
can't do
fired.
anything right.
Yeah, really.
We don't even
You have to
pay him,
report
and
him.
You have one
firing
job.
him.
No,
One
get over
job,
here.
Noah.
Noah, come here. Okay, go back away. You're getting shunned. That was just so you can
Shunned.
kick you off
Just
the podcast.
so.
You're
Just
kicked
so.
off.
Kicked
That was,
off.
that was just
He was the
Called over
snitch.
just to get kicked away.
Record button right here.
He was the
You're
snitch.
done. You're done for the day.
Oh.
I'm done. Oh, is it done for?
It died.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, it's still going?
That he doesn't even know how
Yeah, he
cameras
doesn't even know how the
work.
cameras work.
You
Doesn't
got
even
30%
know.
on this one.
That one's recording?
Yes.
Is it
Oh,
actually?
wow.
That's why you have to look
I've
at
been staring
both.
right into this
I
one
know, me
the
too,
entire
this whole
time.
time.
No,
God, I'm
you
sorry.
got to
This one.
rotate.
Listen,
I'm
see,
more
this
professional than you
This is
are.
how terrible our cameraman was. He's the
Yeah.
one that didn't work. Guys, I'm sorry. I've been neglecting you right here.
Yeah.
You've been getting my side profile the whole time. Who's your favorite nephew?
I don't have any nephews.
None at all.
Not a single one.
Disowned.
Yeah, really. All right. Well, I don't have
Were,
any aunts
so were
either.
you nervous when you came up here and I was going to be here?
I kind of was, yeah. Remember, we didn't really talk to each other.
His
in
whole
school, our
freshman
whole
year,
freshman year, or my
he'd
whole
pretend like he didn't know me.
freshman- That is true.
People would be like, I hate Miss Hawkins. Yeah, me too.
Me too.
It was true.
That was a
He
good
but-
still says that too. It's
Oh,
weird.
yeah,
Yeah.
he does in class. No, he asked me, I graded his essay, and he said, is this the only essay you've looked at? And I could tell he's real creeped out by it.
Yeah, well, I got my essay back quick, like fast.
Yeah.
And I was-
Well, that's because of his other writing that he had submitted, so I had to go back to that essay. Yeah.
Yeah. That did kind of freak. I've never let her read anything I've written because she'd be too honest with me.
Yeah.
So the
was
first thing that
scared.
she ever read that I've written is an essay I wrote for her class.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It wasn't.
It was a good time.
Jack is not taking the class because of announcements.
Yeah.
What is your English class? What are you taking?
Normal English.
Normal
With
English.
Yeah.
With who?
Crockett.
Oh, yeah, that'll be good.
It's fine. You're gonna learn what a period is, where you put a comma. And we also learned where to put commas.
They do. They still haven't learned that.
It's in
but
every
Well,
one of our
maybe-
slideshows.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe just the normal English 4 is the.
You'll
the
get to
better
read
one
some
then.
good stuff. You'll get to read some good stuff.
Yeah. You guys will read
Macbeth,
Hobbit, maybe.
Beowulf, Macbeth,
The Cat in the Hat.
Canterbury
I was
Tales.
gonna say some Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
No, you can't read that.
I mean, what are we at? 22 minutes? That's a new record.
That's a real
It's
podcast.
because-
That's a real podcast.
That's when you're having fun. Time flies.
Time flies. And we're already late the third block. It's 10:15. How did we not hear the bells? Did we?
I heard the music.
playing,
I
yeah.
did.
Did we?
Yeah.
Do you think they could hear it?
It's gonna be the third straight day I haven't been in Spanish on time.
You know what that means? Lunch detention.
Well,
I
Prior
also
approval
have
for the
not
past 2
been.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
we've been slacking on school.
what was that?
What was that?
Mute Miss Allen. That's why she's not our
Oh,
favorite.
it was Miss Allen. Yeah, this is why she's my least favorite
Yeah, Miss
teacher.
Allen just always interrupting.
We've been slacking on school because it's Miss Allen's fault.
Yeah, it really is.
She didn't even turn my prior approval, and I got a text from Miss Hawkins. It was like, "Are you on prior approval?" Because Miss Allen's trying to get me in lunch detention.
And not to mention, long story short, kept us from meeting Larry the Cucumber.
Yeah, okay. We were gonna meet Larry the Cucumber
Mhm.
at Lipscomb, but Miss Allen has a family and responsibilities.
Has to
'cause she's
pick
a
up her
grown
kid.
woman, has to pick up her kid from school, so we had to be back by 3.
I
Had to
mean,
miss out on
would
her.
you? That'll be one of the biggest regrets of your whole life.
That's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
else are we gonna have the chance to meet?
Never.
We did meet Mike Keith yesterday,
that's
true.
but you know,
Stand up guy, really.
Yeah,
Incredible
hey,
person.
Look out for one awesome video actually from that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have a new catchphrase.
You did.
We're
I'm excited
calling it.
about that.
Are you excited about that?
Although Max had to explain to me what it was.
Yeah, I had to play clips.
Yeah.
You guys will see.
Voice of the Titans, in case anyone doesn't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you see? I put on my Snapchat story that he was actually standing on his knees because he's actually like 6'8".
He didn't want to make us.
Yeah, he didn't want to
Right.
make us look short. So
I
he
understand.
got on his knees.
I understand.
Mm.
What Snapchat?
I didn't do it on the school Wi-Fi. It's blocked,
Mm.
along with everything else.
Good.
We don't use phones at school.
X, the app formerly known as Twitter. Found out Reddit was blocked because I was trying to find stuff to write a Common App essay.
Mm.
Can't get on Reddit. Snapchat's blocked. I think you can get on Instagram though.
You know what you can get on? ChatGPT.
That's a hot topic. Might have to get into that a little bit. What do you think about ChatGPT as an English teacher?
Well, you shouldn't use it to write English papers. My concern for it would be that you're not going to get originality. You know, each writer has a voice,
Right.
and it can't replicate that. Although what it is doing is every time you put something into it, it's collecting more data and more information. I can't imagine living in a society where we don't have true original writers. So that's something that is a concern. Of course, English teachers, we have lots of different ways that we can filter through and see if it's a ChatGPT generated essay or paragraph or whatever. So there are different, we've talked about in the English department, do we go back to handwritten essays? So that could be an option.
That's a no for me.
That's enough,
we did
yeah.
it in AP last year a lot because you have to write it
Yes.
by hand on the
On
exam.
the exam. Yes.
But yeah, my hand cramp's too bad. It's
Oh,
terrible.
that's
Yeah.
the saddest
Listen,
thing I've heard.
That's from writing
Is that from
essays by
your
hand.
tennis injury?
No, it's from writing essays by
Oh.
hand.
Yeah.
That was
So I think we
crocked.
should stick to online writing.
Yeah, I know, really. Yeah, no cracking
Right.
on them.
Right.
So each writer has like their own. Like, can you tell if you
Mhm.
took the names off of papers after you've had kids
So
for a number
yes,
of really?
a number of days. Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But what if I just went in like straight into your class? You've never read an essay I've written,
Mhm.
and just used ChatGPT.
Then I would think you perhaps were a robot, and I would probably
Maybe I am.
turn that into the CIA.
There was a
Okay.
whole little course at Lipscomb for our media thing, where it was like how to use ChatGPT to be a better. I don't even remember what they called it.
Communicator, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it has
For
value.
writing stories, because you kind of like when you're in the news, you're like, a man rolled his van 3 times.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like
Or like intros to things.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. If you guys hear
I
any
get it.
robotic intros,
You know it came
the
from Jack.
announcements, you know where it came from. And it
From the
wasn't
heart. It came straight from the heart.
Jack GPT.
Jack GPT. All right, I see Cameron Drumbar. He's calling for me.
It's time.
Figuratively, he's not actually there, but
He
he's
could
there.
be. He could
Could
be.
He might be.
He could be.
You get one last question to ask yourself, or to tell us to ask you, I guess.
Okay. I mean, we talked about my favorite color. Did we talk about my? Did we talk about my favorite? We talked about my favorite part of the job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I cried.
You did. We all cried.
Mhm.
We all
All our
cried.
watchers, our viewers
Yeah.
cried. They probably had to pause.
Yeah.
I think that you just know me really well now.
Yeah, I think so. I think we all.
This really has opened the door to my heart.
Right. I think everybody in this camera and in this camera knows Miss Hawkins really well.
I think
now.
everyone does. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that was her. Let's do a proper outro
Yep.
because I missed a couple things. So, say goodbye to a teacher, a master of sarcasm, my aunt, an assistant principal, a tennis coach, a awesome person.
Mhm.
You got anything else to add yourself?
And a great singer.
A, a great singer.
Who
As-
ranks above people like Donald Trump and
And Taylor Swift.
Right. If you
Who? Who? I don't even know who you're
Right.
talking
If you had a tier list with her, Donald Trump, Taylor Swift, she's S tier.
about. At least.
The other ones are on a different tier list.
Yes.
Okay.
Clearly.
They're gone. All right. That's it. Thank you guys for watching this second episode. It's a lot longer than the first one. Well,
And
actually,
better.
Episode
one.
1. Thank you for watching episode
Yeah.
1.
That's right.
A lot longer than episode 0. Goodbye.